Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to solve real-world application problems related to fractions. Let me take an example here. Let us say, if we have 2,000, let's say we have 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. If 1 ton has 2,000 pounds, we want to write 500 pounds as a fraction of ton, 500 pounds as a fraction of a ton. That is the question we have. So how do we do that? Let us write some steps in here. Step number 1. If 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds, if 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds, the question is 500 pounds is equal to how many tons? We want to write 500 pounds as a fraction of a ton. So we can cross multiply these, and then the way we can write it out is as follows. 500 pounds, we want to write the units together, and I'll show you how simple it is to be able to get to the correct answer. 500 pounds times 1 ton divided by 2,000 pounds. So therefore, when we simplify this, I'm going to the pounds, let me take this, the units of pounds, the units pounds cancels out. So the answer, what we're going to get, is going to be in tons. So the numbers we need to simplify are 500 in the numerator divided by 2,000 in the denominator, and this is going to be in tons. So we're going to simplify this. Whenever we have a number ending in zeros, we can simplify it as follows. I have 2 zeros in the numerator, so I can strike them out. 2 zeros in the denominator, I can strike them out. So it simplifies to 5 over 20 tons. 20 is a multiples of 5, therefore 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20. So therefore 500 pounds is 1/4 of a ton. So I can come back here and write it out as 500 pounds is equal to 1/4 of a ton. I can express 500 pounds as a fraction of a ton as follows. 500 pounds is 1/4 of a ton. So that is a practical application. Let's take another example. In this example, I want to talk in terms of weight this time. 1 kilogram, we're talking metric units. 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams. 1,000 kilograms has 1 kilogram has 1,000 grams in it. So therefore, we want to express 250 grams as a fraction of a kilogram. How do we do that? Step number 1. So what we know, or what is given to us, is 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So therefore 250 grams is equal to how many kilograms? We can cross multiply this and then write it out as follows. 250 grams times 1 kilogram divided by 1,000 grams. So now we can simplify this as we did in the previous example. The grams and grams cancels out. The answer is going to be in terms of kilograms. We're going to express 250 grams as a fraction of a kilogram. So what we have here is as follows: 250 divided by 1000, and then this answer is going to be in kilograms. Now let us simplify this. So as I mentioned, if a number ends in zeros in the numerator and in the denominator, we can cancel it out. And now it's as simple as looking at the number of quarters in terms of dollar amount. If we have 4 quarters make $1. If we have 25 cents, 25 times 1 is 25. 25 times 4 is 100. So therefore, we can write this one as 1/4 kilograms. So therefore, 250 grams is 1/4 of a kilogram. So we can come back here and then write this one out as follows: 250 grams 250 grams is equal to 1/4 of a kilogram. That is our answer. That is the way we want to be able to apply some of the concepts which we have to be able to write some of these quantities in terms of fractions. Let's take another example. This time we will talk in terms of kilometers and meters. Again, we are in metric units here. So in this example, if 1 kilometer, km represents kilometer, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, we want to express 750 meters as a fraction of a kilometer. We want to express 750 meters as a fraction of a kilometer. So how do we do that? We'll write down the steps like what we did before. Step number 1. What is given to us is this: 1 kilometer, km, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Let me write this correctly. 1000 meters. We want to know 750 meters is equal to how many kilometers. So we're going to cross multiply this and then figure out what is the fractional part of 750 in terms of kilometers. So we write this one as, we take 750 meters, multiply that to 1 kilometer, and then divide this whole thing by 1000 meters. So the units meters in the numerator, the units meters in the denominator cancels out, and when we simplify it, the answer should be in terms of kilometers. So now what we have here is 750 in the numerator and 1000 in the denominator. So this is the answer is going to be in kilometers. Now, as I mentioned before, when a number ends in zeros in the numerator and denominator, we can cancel them out, and what we have now is 75/100. If we were to talk in terms of quarters, we have 4 quarters in $1, and therefore if we were to take 25 times table, 25 times 3 is 75, and 25 times 4 is equal to 100. So if we have 25 cents, if you have 3 of them, you have 75 cents. If you have 25 cents and if you have 4 of them, you have $1 or 100 cents or $1. So therefore, we are now talking in terms of quarters, and therefore we're going to multiply by we're going to recall our 25 times table here, and therefore when we do that, 25 times 3 is 75, 25 times 4 is 100. So therefore we are left with the answer here is going to be equal to 3/4 kilometer. So 3/4 kilometer. Let me write this again. 3/4 kilometer. And what is it? What is 3/4 kilometer? 750 750 meters is equal to 3/4 of a kilometer. That is how we want to be able to write it out. And these are all practical applications of fractions. These are practical applications of what we want to do in our real world. In my next presentation, we shall see some more real world application problems related to fractions.